These are the 10 most jaw-dropping Masters moments that shook the world of golf. Number 1. Which is one of the most iconic moments in Masters, maybe golf history. It has Tiger Woods, hole 16, and the final round of the 2005 Masters. The pressure was piercing through the roof. Tiger Woods held a razor-thin one-shot lead over Chris DeMarco, and every swing mattered. At the 16th hole, Tiger's tee shot missed the green, not by much, but enough to end up buried in the thick second cut, perched on an unforgiving hill above the pin. Most players in that moment would have played it safe by just getting the ball close. But Tiger saw an opportunity for greatness. He pulled out his wedge, aimed way up the hill to a seemingly impossible spot, and tapped the ball with delicate precision. It landed softly, caught the slope just right, and began to trickle. It rolled and rolled, and then it stopped, right on the lip of the cup. The world held its breath. And then, as if gravity remembered its job, the ball dropped. The crowd went insane watching this. The commentators screamed. That shot wasn't just clutch, it was historic. Number 2.
A push second found the bunker. But how about this to sign off your tournament? His 64th shot of the day. And at that point, it was destined.
We have one of the most unforgettable moments of the 2022 Masters with Rory McIlroy's insane bunker shot on the 18th hole during his final round. Standing greenside in a deep bunker, McIlroy faced a nearly impossible shot. Buried deep in the sand, he blasted the ball cleanly out, and it dropped perfectly into the cup for a miraculous. The crowd at Augusta National erupted in disbelief, and McIlroy let out a rare emotional celebration. It was the perfect capstone to a sensational round of 64, tying the lowest final round score in Masters history. Although he ultimately finished second, this shot instantly became one of the most iconic moments, not just of the tournament, but of his entire career. Number 3.
Pitch to this point, virtually a must-make. Well, it looks so good. He thinks he makes it, and it just somehow...
This is one of the most outrageous and unforgettable shots in Masters history. It was April 2012, and the Masters had come down to sudden death. Bubba Watson and Oosthuizen were tied after 72 holes, and they headed to the 10th, the first playoff hole. Watson's tee shot went deep into the trees, way off course. Most players would have played it safe, chipped out sideways, and hoped for a par, but not Bubba. He saw a shot nobody else could. He grabbed a 52-degree wedge, aimed deep into the right, and unleashed a 40-yard hook, a shot that curved mid-air like something out of a video game. The ball curved like a boomerang and landed softly just 15 feet from the pin. The crowd exploded, and the commentators were left speechless. That one insane shot won him his first Masters, and instantly he became part of Augusta legend. Number 4.
That's just compounding his problem.
It was April 2016, and Jordan Spieth was on the verge of making history. Just 22 years old, he was the defending champion and had led this Masters from the opening round. Heading into the back nine on Sunday, he had a 5-shot lead. The green jacket seemed a done deal. And then, disaster struck. A bogey on the 10th, another on 11. The lead was shrinking, but Spieth still clung to a narrow advantage. And then came the 12th hole. A short par 3, barely 155 yards, over Rays Creek. Spieth's tee shot found the water. Shockingly, his drop shot splashed too. Then a bunker shot that barely made it out. He finished with a quadruple bogey 7, losing the lead in just under 30 minutes. From 5 shots ahead to 3 behind, just like that. The golf world was stunned. The collapse was sudden, brutal, and unforgettable. That single hole didn't just cost him a second green jacket, it marked a turning point in his career. Number 5.
Many doubted we'd ever see it. But here it is. The return to glory.
Woods wasn't supposed to win another major. 4 back surgeries, a very public DUI arrest, and years of personal scandals made most people assume that his legendary run was over. But in 2019, at Augusta, Tiger proved everyone wrong.
From the very start of Masters Week, Tiger looked focused. And on Sunday, with a packed leaderboard including Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, and Xander Schauffele, Tiger did what he always does. He stayed cool when it mattered most. As others stumbled on the back 9, Tiger surged. When he tapped in for par on 18, the crowd erupted. Tiger won his 5th Masters, his first major in over a decade. And then came the full circle moment. He hugged his children at the same spot where he hugged his late father back in 1997. It was epic. Number 6. Now this one didn't happen during the tournament, but it still left jaws on the floor. Every year during practice rounds at the Masters, players try to skip their ball across the pond on hole 16. It's a fun little tradition. But in 2009, Vijay Singh made this playful moment legendary. He skipped his shot across the water 3 times, it landed on the green, rolled perfectly, and dropped into the hole for a hole-in-one on a skipped shot. The crowd went wild, and Singh just smiled, as if he knew he had pulled off a once-in-a-lifetime moment that fans will never forget. Number 7. This one is one of the most heartbreaking in golf history. In 1996, Greg Norman had a 6-shot lead heading into Sunday. He had played brilliant golf for 3 rounds and looked like he was finally going to win his first Masters. But Augusta doesn't play favorites, and it certainly doesn't promise happy endings. From the start of the final round, Norman began to unravel. He missed short putts. He found the trees. He 3-putted greens he'd dominated all week. By the time he made the turn on the back 9, his lead was gone. Meanwhile, Nick Faldo, calm and steady, kept applying pressure. When the final round ended, Norman had shot a 78 and lost by 5 strokes. What should have been Norman's triumph became one of the most painful defeats the sport has ever witnessed. And then came the image that would define the moment. Faldo walks over to embrace a shattered Norman. That wasn't just sportsmanship. It was something deeper. One champion comforting another, not just for losing a tournament, but for losing a lifelong dream. Number 8.
Phil Mickelson laced a 6-iron, 207 yards between.
Phil Mickelson's deep trouble at the 2010 Masters. It was the final round, the 13th hole. His tee shot landed in pine straw with trees everywhere and barely any room to swing. The smart move was to punch it out and play it safe. But Phil has never been known for playing it safe. He reached for a 6-iron, saw a shot most wouldn't even consider, and went for it. He ripped a low shot straight through a tiny gap in the trees, no wider than a doorway, and landed it softly on the green. The crowd lost its mind. It set up a 2-putt birdie that gave him momentum to win his 3rd green jacket. That shot was bold and brilliant. Number 9.
Did he get it right? He certainly did. It doesn't move very much, does it? That was maybe just inside left lip.
Albatrosses are rare in golf, almost mythical. But in 2012, Louis Oosthuizen made one at Augusta. It wasn't just anywhere, but on the par 5 second hole during the final round. After a perfect drive, Louis pulled a 4-iron from 253 yards. The ball landed on the front of the green and started rolling, and kept rolling like a guided missile until it went straight into the cup. It was the first Albatross ever recorded on that hole in Masters history. The roar from the crowd was unforgettable, and even Louis, the guy who barely ever reacts, couldn't help but crack a smile. Number 10.
more than a little 9-iron, probably pitching wedge, and look at this. The spin using the slope.
Tiger Woods is back again. He was just 21 years old, playing in his first Masters in 1997 as a professional. Expectations were high, but no one could have predicted what was about to unfold. He opened the tournament with a 40 on his first 9 holes, but from that point on, he went nuclear, shooting a final score of 18 under and winning by 12 shots, the largest margin in Masters history. He made seasoned pros look like amateurs by stringing together birdies, eagles, and masterful approach shots. And by the time he slipped on that green jacket on Sunday afternoon, history was made. Tiger became the youngest winner in Masters history, the first black golfer to win the tournament, and the one to bring a cultural shift in the game. So, which of these Masters moments shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you.